All right. Hello, hello. We are live, maybe. We are maybe live. I don't know. All right. So, art. We're doing more of it. We've done the majority of the offline screen that I've been working on for the past month or so. So, yeah, we're nearly done. Hello. Let's see. Yeah. So, last time, if I remember correctly, I made these beanbags, and then I started figuring out how exactly I want to draw myself. So I created this little reference image here, and then the hoog. So I've got that, and I've also got these stick figures just to you know, block out the positions we're gonna be. Also, I added Clown Guy. He's here as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the extent of what we're gonna be doing today. Right now, it's just gonna be drawing the hoog and the me while like lying down or sleeping or whatever, and hopefully we get that done before stream ends today. No promises, because I tend to be real slow when it comes down to drawing actual, like, anthropomorphic characters. But, we'll figure it out. Now, let me quickly do something. The shelf is a tad empty. So let's get something in here to just kind of fill the space in the meantime. Let me see if I can find any good GIFs around here. You know, this is a classic. Let's grab this one. How about? All right. Yoink that. And now we can just sit the Spearmaster on the shelf. Alright, so we've got Spearmaster. Let's see. Anybody else? You know what? Yeah. Let's do Spearmaster spinning and a slice of cheese. That sounds like a good lineup for today's stream. So let's just get the slice of cheese positioned. We're gonna just do that. I think that looks about no. That looks right. Okay. So we've got ourselves the tidbits. Now it's time to actually start working on the project. So I'll start off. All right, here's the question. This guy over here is looking up. This guy is kind of looking over this way. They're both vaguely looking in the same direction. So if I were to draw this one as myself, it would kind of just look like a bald head and then some scruff at the bottom and a nose. It wouldn't look particularly interesting. However, if I wanted to, which I kind of do, I could draw the hoog here, and he's got a little bit more going on from the top-down point of view. So, I think this, I've been going back and forth on which one should be which, and I think I'm gonna go with this one being the hoog. So, now it's just a matter of drawing myself as this guy, which shouldn't be too much of a problem because there's not a lot of this guy to go around. It won't take that much effort, hopefully, to draw this guy out. It does mean that I'm gonna have to go get the side profile view of my face. I don't. I'd need to go out and do that. Not go out. I've got a camera here. But I need to actually go grab that. So let's start off with the basics here. You have basically contoured face. And then chin would actually go out from here, I believe. And then we're going to go like so. And bald-ass head goes back this way. And yeah, and then it goes back and like so. And that's basically the face. Now for me, I know how I have particularly large cheeks. Now, okay, hold on. So my chin's actually rather flat compared to my face. I've got a Cro-Magnon forehead. I got a flat chin. Maybe not Cro-Magnon. Neanderthal? I wouldn't know. So we got to get that brow ridge. Like so. And then dips down a little bit into where my eyes are. And then it comes back out with a nose. Like so. Let me get rid of the background real quick. Make this a little bit easier on me. Okay, so we've got that. Now it's just big nose. Comes to a point there. You can go down like that. And then my face just kind of does this, I guess. And so that's a very basic, a very basic side view of my face, according to my own approximations. Let's try to make this. Line up with this head. In fact, I think I might just take this, bring it over here, and we can work on this side profile separate from that little corner there. So we're gonna try lining this up here. There we go. All right. So for one thing, I drew my own head particularly large in comparison to how I drew my head here. So I'm gonna fill out that chin. Now the nose looks right. It looks about in the right place. The eyes just about line up. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be something like this, where it goes inwards. I am also looking up a little bit when doing this, so I'm not sure if I'm really getting my face shape here, but it goes up, and then it kind of circles back. And my head, beyond this, is pretty huge, so it's going to be rounded out a little bit more. Just so that it doesn't look like I have a dent in my brain. There's some words that I like saying in a particular accent, and I'm not exactly sure what the accent is. I think it might be like almost a New York accent. Somewhere like dent. As opposed to saying dent, I say dent. Which is kind of New York now that I think about it. Or maybe Jersey? I wouldn't know. I'm not American. So, yeah. Baby. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at me. Turning into Germa over here. Alright. So now we can go like this. And I can't really see past my own headphones here. Let's see. Yeah, so I've kind of just got a huge-ass head back here. So we're gonna increase the size of that even more. Now, we're not necessarily going for 100% realism here. So, right now I'm trying to get the basic proportions down. But afterwards, I think I'll go back through and see about making it more cartoonish. So, I've got now a chin that kind of goes like this. And this is a side profile right now. I don't want it to be, because that's not what the image is going to require. Okay, I've got a very soft chin like that. And then it goes up to the ear. So. Yeah, it goes up to the ear. And then like so. So that's the chin. Now there's something wrong with the chin. I think I've got a little bit less of an aggressive slope to my chin here. And with the beard, it's probably not going to matter as much because, as you can see here... Oh, what? Eh? Why can't I, Oh! Forgot about that. Because of the face, the way that I drew it with the beard and the mustache, it's going to be all covered up. Like, the mouth doesn't even matter. Normally, the mouth would probably be around here, but in this case, it just doesn't exist. So, we're going to allude to the shape of a mouth kind of around here, almost, but we're not going to draw one. So we're going to do something like that, yeah. Now, I do also have a huge neck. I don't think it comes across very well on stream. Like, water bottle neck, it's half the size. It's half the width of my neck. I've got a pretty huge neck, which means I should probably draw that in as such. There we go. All right, so that is our basic shape, our basic head shape here. Let's see, where does ear go? Ear goes planted right about here. And it's not that far back on my head, is it? It's like here almost. Yeah, that seems about right. I'm not exactly sure how to draw an ear. That looks about right. Good enough. So we can draw that ear. And again, we're just doing the side profile right now. So we're not going to worry about any actual, like 3D space elements of the drawing here. Is that right? Okay, let me just look at my own ear. Okay, I think I got it. This needs to be tilted backwards a bit. Like that. Right? I can't really tell. It's really hard to tell off of my own webcam. That's what I'm using right now to try to figure this out. I think maybe I should bring it even further back. Something like that, maybe? And then I can do that, I guess. Also, I could try stylizing it a bit. So this is a very typical ear shape. But I could probably, like, cut out a lot of this part here. Just because it's a lot more detail than I would necessarily want. So we can just get rid of that. Flatten it out. Yeah, okay. So now that looks a little bit better. The ear kind of sticks out like a sore thumb right now, but that's fine. Because I haven't actually added all of the important doohickeys. All right. Let's just see. So if this is my face, we're gonna have eyebrow here. Now's when we can start really looking at getting the perspective correct. So this nose is going to be hidden a bit behind the face. We're going to be looking at it like this. All right. It's weird. I can't get, like, a good view of my own... Like, I only have periphery here. I have my peripheral vision to look at. Oh, wait, hold on. I can move my screen. Let me just do that. So now, if I look at myself like this... All right. So, let's see. I think I got that. The forehead's a little further back. That's for sure. I think that might be it. This forehead is a little too far forwards, when in actuality it kind of dips backwards a fair amount. Let me just put my screen back. Don't know why it started turning. There we go. All right. Oh, shit. There goes the pop filter. This thing I just kind of grabbed off an extra mic, so it doesn't actually fit on this microphone. But I'm not spending like $50 on the custom-made one for this microphone. It's bad. Not happening. All right, so now we can look at this. I do have a pretty big jaw, but maybe not this big. So let's go like so. And we're gonna bring this around here. So what direction is this guy looking? By this guy, I mean me. Whoa. Bye. Hello. What's up? It's been a sec. I was not expecting to get shot, and I wasn't expecting to get shot by Bayan Lenja. Two surprises there. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm actually thoughts, thinking, brain not working. It's like you showed up and my brain just came up with 20 topics that I wanted to say all at once. So I've got the topic of art and then everything else trying to jam itself out of my mouth, and it just turned into all right. So yeah. I guess now I can stop talking about my Cro-Magnon forehead. Yeah. So how's it been? I mean, you probably saw it. I shouldn't assume that. You may have seen that I saw your recent speed run of your game. And the new gun looks cool. The combat looks tighter than it was, which is very promising looking. Promising looking. This music, I like it, but also this part right here takes a little bit of getting used to actually enjoy it, because it's kind of meh. Some of the music in Haste is pretty good, but a lot of it is like it's an acquired taste, I find. So for that section of that track, just sounds kind of goofy. All right. So I think I have a normal head, maybe. So we're just gonna bring this around. God, okay, I'm gonna add the facial hair right now because without it, I'm having trouble visualizing this man. Again, I talk about him as though he is a different person. A grenade launcher that shoots duds. That makes sense. I was wondering because I saw the rollers, but the fact that they weren't exploding made me confused. Nonetheless, it's a good. I'd say definitely a good choice. Also because it kind of looks cool. Just having a custom-made sci-fi looking ish. Yeah, I'd say kind of sci-fi looking grenade launcher as opposed to an MP5, or I guess it was a rifle caliber MP5, so whatever that one was. But nonetheless, all of that to say, good choice. You compliments. Yeah. All right. You know, I'll leave the ear 2D. I don't need to think about that too much. Oh boy, how does my beard look from behind? I've never looked at, I rarely look at myself in the mirror, let alone look at the back of myself in a mirror. So this is gonna be a little bit tougher than I thought. How does that work? Okay, so this is where hair happens. It starts over here. So we can do this. When do you plan on, unless you've already done it, when do you plan on bringing the new update stuff to the player branch? I don't know what to call it. When do you plan on letting me play it? Can I play it? Because I'm quite interested. Also, I'm currently working on a video for Biolenja because it's one of the few games that has impressed me recently. So I would love to get the more up-to-date happenings on the game as opposed to I've kind of huh. Nice. All right, sick. I'll have to check it out. I've found a couple of my videos have put out like not like misinformation as much as just like old information. So I'm gonna try from here on to make sure that at least as of the making or the release of, oh god, sorry, gut issues. I'm gonna try to make sure that at least as of my posting the next video, it actually is up to date on information. Okay. So this can go like that. Okay, that's looking a bit more like me. Good old why do you hello Tommy, what does that mean? Why duo? What up? Oh, I see. It's not wow. Not much. Just working on this this like side/back profile of my own head. Drawing myself is never going to become easy. But yeah. We're just working on that. And besides that, not much. Not much is happening. Oh, it needs more polish? Like, you mean like it needs some shine? Some shininess on it? I need to add the sun rays hitting the top of my head. The thing is, I've actually got like fuzz up here. I haven't lost all of my hair because otherwise my beard looks weird. So it doesn't actually shine. But I just remembered that I've released the first... Okay. Tommy, you've watched my YouTube videos, right? You've seen them? You went and watched them at some point? Because if you haven't, then there will lack context for this. I post two different kinds of videos. I have edited stream shit, and then I have my series A Little Love Letter, which is the like semi-review videos. You remember the shorts more vividly? Yeah, oh, I'm just talking in general. I do also post shorts, but what I mean to say is I've got two different things. I got like a review thing, then goofy cut-up clips. And I've realized that the people who watch the goofy cut-up clips don't care about the reviews, and vice versa. So I am now moving all of my goofy cut-up clips to a different channel, which I am going to start. I just today posted the first short to, and so over the next month or so, I'm going to be moving shit over there. No, it's an even dumber name. It's Ender Durdeej. My music channel is Endeej. My regular channel is Enderdeej. And my second channel is Enderdeej. Next, I need my VOD channel to be Enderdeej. And all will be complete. Alright. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. So that goes back here and then it kind of like disintegrates. Wait, hold on. What the heck is happening to my chat? Oh, my stream chat, like, widget has stopped working. Yippee. Let's see if I can fix that. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh my god, it's me. Endless Deej. What would that even be? What purpose for a channel would I even have to call it an Endless Deej? It's a good name though. I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna hang on to that one. Or at least I'm gonna try. Alright. It's the form that you can't die. Yeah, it's the it's the endless me. When I die in real life, my consciousness is gonna be uploaded to Endless Deej, and I'll stream from there. Imagine that. Imagine having your consciousness uploaded to YouTube. That would be awful. Imagine. That would be, like, so awful. But I must do it for the sake of, I don't know. My streams, I guess? Okay. I haven't been... Oh, God. No, that's even worse. When you put it like that, it would be uploading my stream of consciousness. Maybe. I don't know how it would work. Frankly. I have no idea how that would function. All I know is that it would suck. Get off your website. What's your website? YouTube? Do you own... You know, I've always known you as Holden. Didn't know you were Susan Wojcicki. Wait, no, she doesn't own YouTube anymore, does she? Who's the new CEO of YouTube? She dead? What? She died? I don't even know who this is, but Susan Wojcicki. Holy shit. She died last year. I didn't know that. I thought she retired. Damn. I didn't, like, care. I frankly don't give a shit, but still a shame. Yeah. Well, she did retire. I guess by technicality, she retired. I don't... you know what? No, I rescind that statement. By technicality, she definitely didn't. She did for a while? Oh, okay. So she retired and then died? I don't know. All in all, that's sad. Don't make light of the dead and all that. That's, like, so sudden, though. Was not expecting to suddenly hear, yeah, Susan Wojcicki died. It's a new one. Okay. I'm realizing that I should redo these lines to be more consistent. And that is what we will be doing. Alright. Of course, we're just gonna fill that in. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna be doing the actual drawing. I'm not even sure if this is gonna be the actual drawing. I might just use this as a reference image, but I don't know. Wonder what you want on the wall. I was actually thinking, I've got a few ideas, and 10 Pebbles is amongst those ideas. It'll finally let me get around to drawing him. Because I started drawing him, and then I just kind of gave up and left. Alright. Also, what's up? What's up, Cheers? I know you're about to leave after I said that, but, how? Abs are hard to draw? What do you mean? Abs, you just do this, and then you do that, and then you do that. There is no extra detail needed. It does not matter. That is an abdomen. Trust me. I have them. Trust me. Disabled tic-tac-toe. Now, I don't agree with your use of disabled. However, I do agree with your use of tic-tac-toe. Absolute salvation? Salvation? Alright. So we just do this. I'm not sure how well this texturing choice is going to work out when I actually try coloring. I'm hoping that I could just kind of color in these spots with, like, my blonde hair color. It looks shiny. It's supposed to. That means it's good, or at least it's doing what I want it to. All right. Maybe I could do the same thing that I do normally and just kind of make sure that the outline is a minimum of a certain thickness so that we don't run into any issues with line thickness and inconsistencies in the art. Oh, I can put the silly on. Let me go grab the silly. Here, it's silly. It's so small. This is ideal. Of any kind of fan art I could get, this is the ideal kind. It's so goofy. Of course, I do appreciate any fan art. But, you know, I can pick my favorites. Alright, let's try to get this good as we can here. And stick them in the background, just like we do with 10 Pebs. There we are. All right. I just checked back. Yeah, Holden? When did I say that? You shared the thought with the class. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's just finish this up. I still don't know if I want my beard, like if I want to grow out my beard to like really long or keep it vaguely around this length. Because I don't know, for both cases I look raggedy as shit, so it doesn't really matter in that sense. But when I have a longer beard, I go from like shaggy to hobo very quickly. For not having eyebrows since you have very light blonde hair. I've got a brother who has very blonde hair. I've got a big family, and we, for some reason, are incredibly varied at this point in our lives. I've got a brother who has curly hair. My hair was dirty blonde, and it had like slight curves to it. It was like flowy and stuff. I've got a brother who actually just has curls, like deep curls. I've got a brother who has really blonde hair. I've got a brother whose eyebrows are a completely different shade of blonde from his hair. So his hair is blonde, his eyebrows and facial hair are both like basically white. All of that to say, make fun of your sister. I don't know. I don't know how to confront these issues because I'm a big fat man, and typically I just approach them by saying, "Ha ha, you're stupid." So, yeah. All right. So I think this is pretty all right. I might want to add the eyebrows, of course. What is that? What does that mean? First go wild and then leave? Unless you're talking about my hair. Like my hair goes wild and then it leaves. Because in that case, you're correct. It's exactly what it did. Alright. Let's see. How high up? Hair in the family. Oh, yeah, definitely. All of us are going to lose our hair in the end. It's an inevitability. But, yeah, no use crying over it. Hair is temporary. Fucking, is there anything eternal in here? The Hoog? Is the Hoog eternal? Is this fucking guy eternal? Wigs are eternal. Ah! I never thought about that before. 10 pebbles. You know what? True. 10 pebbles would never fall to the rot. Definitely. Definitely. All right. So I'd say that this is a ample side profile. I look like such a Christmas little fellow. What does that mean? Hold it. What does that mean? I can't tell whether or not to take that as an insult or a compliment. What does that mean? What's a Christmas fellow? There, I can be Christmas-esque. Give me the fucking pointy ears and shit. Something like that. Elven. Wouldn't I like to know? Yes! This isn't a real gun because I can't show them on stream. Yes! Oh, that's a paragraph. There we go. Your friend fist fought a rabid raccoon. So for one thing, that's terrifying. Rabies is untreatable as of right now. So, and that's not something you want to be taking on. But also, good for him, I guess. I don't know how to approach this. It died. He punched a raccoon to death. Excellent. A slight animation of snow falling and it piling up on the bottom. I mean, I could do that. The thing is, the whole stream overlay is supposed to look kind of like the inside of a cabin. So if I did that, then it would start looking like the outside of a cabin. And I know it makes no actual difference, but I'd look at that and my brain would be like, huh? What? Excuse me? The roof has a hole. You know what? That makes sense. So like one portion of just like a small portion of the overlay has some snow coming in. I'm fine with that. We'll see what I can do. All right. Let's finish this up before I forget again. I keep getting distracted. Nobody got scratched or bit. That's good. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, I'm glad that he didn't die. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Ears typically have things happening in them, huh? Is that how you draw an ear? That's not how you draw an ear at all. How do you draw an ear? It's some like... Alright. See you around. It's like this, maybe? A little bit? A little thing? Happy birthday! Whoever's birthday it is. I think Biz is the Phantom Barber. No. He barely cuts his own hair. How would he be a barber for any other people? What the fuck? What possibility would this lead to? Why am I doing this? Roundish lines going into the other line. Why was that funny to me? I just made a noise and drew a line. Oh, that's what... Yeah, that sounds a lot more like Biz. Yeah, he could be. You know, this vaguely looks proper. Let's go like that. He's real? I don't know whether or not to believe you. I don't know you as a liar, but also, that sounds like horseshit. You need to get sleep. Oh, yeah, you mentioned that last time. Well, stick around as long as you want. The VOD will be here in the morning. Unless I'm actively... unless I'm still streaming, which I'm definitely not. But if I were, then, yeah. It's the Phantom Barber of Pascagoula. I don't know where that is. Now, how does one draw a person going... Because that's the noise I make. Especially in the style. How do I know how to draw eyes from the front because they're 2D, but it's fucking... Now it looks like a bee stung me in the eye. That's not right. But if I do this, then it looks like I just don't have eyes. They're dilemmas. I don't know. This one's a unique one. Do a little lash outside? Oh, good idea. So if I just do like this. Give myself pretty little lashes. Alright. Let's see. I could do that. You don't get to see it, but I'm bro. I make myself laugh too much. Ender Slay. All right. Yeah, I think just keeping the lashes a little bit shorter. We'll do that. Oh, hey! Talking about Bionlengia before. Why is... This isn't Fungal Wisps. This is the wrong title. Can we get this working? There we go. All right. City of Tears was also Fungal Wastes. Well, I wasn't paying very close attention, so yeah. Oh, also, I just realized some potential here. Wait, hold on. No. I'll put the hoog up there, the cheese here, and now the hoog is asking if he can have the cheese. Perfect. This is what you call world building. He just really wants it. Alright. So, I guess... Yeah, that's my face from the back. Or my head from the back. Vaguely. I don't really know what else to add, because I'm bald as shit. I don't really have hair to put on. I could give myself a hat, but that would cover up some details. Dilemmas. Also, I do need to tilt this backwards a bit, so that I'm kind of just like that. You know what? I could add the hat kind of falling over. Slight super light gray blonde fuzz or shine. Yeah. I think some kind of just fuzz maybe. Good music, by the way. I mean, it's in the playlist for a reason. All right. Let me first just do this. Clean this up. Get rid of that. That doesn't need to be there. Like Connie from Attack on Titan. Let me quickly look up what that is. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it because it's just like that's just like a flat texture on his head. I guess mine is as well. Not even. It's just like you can barely see the fuzz on my head. Otherwise, it's all that 3D modeling taking all your time. Makes sense. Hey, I don't think anybody's rushing you, so you know, when the music comes out, I'll listen to it. Fight you? Holden. We have tried fighting, and I managed to pin you down to the ground with both of my hands behind my back. Fight me! Oh, in Rivals of Aether? Now that's weighted towards you. I don't know if I can do that. I don't think I'd take that bet. It's a bit of a tall order. You know what? Holden, you play chess at all? An intense game of coin flipping. Yeah. I mean, you don't know how to play chess? Neither do I. Let's fight me in chess, bitch. I mean, what even would be the purpose of getting a sub on my channel? I guess having access to the sub emotes, but there's barely any. Look at me. I'm a green man with a head. It's just a green blob with a head on top. Access to Proog. Oh, that is true. If you are a subscriber, you get the Proog. Which is, I guess, what we're calling it now. Dog walked? That's a unique insult. No. I'ma fucking demolish you. Dude, I'll do the Swiss opening and like totally destroy you with the Queen's hole. Bad. Bad. Bong Cloud opening. Yes, of course. Oh, yes. The ultimate strategy in chess. It's called hotboxing the room. All right. So I've got the me here. Let's add my flat cap. I have a lot of flat caps. Okay. Real opening? Oh, okay. It's a meme opening. I've got a lot of flat caps. So I got this one, which is actually it's not a flat cap by technicality, but whatever. It's still good. And I got like these ones and shit. I don't know which one to choose. I have a lot of them. You know what? I'll go with this one. It's easy. Your moves are like a railgun. Yeah, I can use the rook as well. It's not too hard. They move in a straight line. Alright, so we're just gonna bring this around there. And let's see. So it's gonna be thin at the front. And then it goes like so. And that is pretty much the shape. And we're gonna make it look kind of like it's falling off my head a bit. Hence why it's kind of floating right now. I remember that was such a jump scare. The level that music was from. Like, very suddenly, a lot of stuff was happening in Fez. Alright. So we can do this. Alright, so we've got the outline. Now let's try to get the details. They're like a line from the top to the head. Top to the head on the left. The top. What? Is there a line from the top to the head on the left? Do you mean like if I wanted to draw the hat, I'd need to do perspective lines, or like what do you mean? Do that. You will doodle on your phone. All right. I'm glad that you have drawing as a way of communication, because I would not be able to understand half of the I don't understand half of the things the chat says. I've been talking with some guy called Sopping Table this entire time, and I have not known anything about what he's been saying. All right. Maybe that's a little too high up. It kind of makes my head look way longer than it's supposed to. And it doesn't really give off the vibe that I am sleeping or that it is falling off my head as much as it is just kind of there. So let's move this a bit, eh? Like so. And we do that. Alright. Okay, how does this look now? I think now that I've drawn it like this, the perspective is a bit off. There's something... Oh, wall. Gotcha. Let's see. What did you post? Oh! Yeah. So... You mean you'd see the other side of the brim, eh? Well, that's correct. However, from the point of view that we're seeing the head, I don't think that would show up. I think that would be covered up by this part of the hat. So we can do this. I love the stanky ass base here in the in this. Very, very, very nice. I still need to try out... Oh, man, I can't start playing Necrodancer. Silksong comes out in 3 days. I've got to... You know... I got to play that. But Necrodancer is always a game that I can pick up another time, so shouldn't be a problem. Okay, let me try to figure this out a bit. So it needs to go like that, and then does it dip like that? It might. Let's try closing this off like so. Why? I have the hat right here. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this like this? I can just look at it. So it just of course. I mean, that, I think, realizing, or a realization that I made is waiting won't actually get me viewers. Because when I waited to play The Watcher, I don't remember people really showing up when I did actually play it. So I might as well get the play through it, enjoy the game when it comes out before any spoilers happen, and then make a YouTube videos out of it. Because that would be a good use of my time. As opposed to yesterday's stream where nobody showed up and I just spent 3.5 hours blasting through the entire game for nothing. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that like there's an obligation for you to show up or something like that. Was it a good game? It is. Yeah. It was a very it was a short and sweet kind of Metroidvania, cute little thing. Didn't seem as though it was like somebody's life work, but it also wasn't so low effort that it felt cheap. So, all in all, good experience. I got stuck on one puzzle when I played it, and it stopped me from progressing super early in the game. Actually, no. I don't remember when it... Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, the VODs are there. And there's no shame in falling asleep, you know? You're allowed to miss a stream if it means you need to sleep. Or if it means you get to sleep. At this point, now I'm gonna have to start branching out the art streams into other things. Music stream, maybe, at some point. I've been saying music stream for so long. I've been like, yeah, at some point I'm gonna make music on stream. And then I never do. I should do that at some point. I think that would be fun. If not, kind of infuriating, because my workflow when it comes to music is smash keyboard, make notes until it starts to sound good, and then I put effort into that. So not the most ideal way of doing it. Alright, now that we've got this, let's... Yeah, I suppose that is fair. Although just because you don't know how to make music, or just because you don't know how to do something, doesn't mean that you're counted out of the conversation. Sometimes somebody who has no idea what the hell they're talking about can say something that will literally blow the minds of people who have been talking about the shit for years. All you gotta do is have an open mind and some creativity. And also some things that you enjoy. That also helps. If you enjoy things, then you can contribute to the conversation. Okay, does that... No, no, I don't. This is difficult. God, when I actually, I don't know why most of my drawings are perspective. Wait, no, never mind. I do know why most of my drawings are perspective, because they always look better at the end. I can't read music. I don't know, like, I haven't gone to any music schools or anything like that. I've just kind of started doing music and then kept at it until I figured it out. And even then, I'm not very good at music. I'm still in the phase of trying shit out. So, yeah, no. Your thoughts are not unwelcome. Okay, so that's not it. Maybe if we do this? Okay, that looks better. I think I might leave it at this for now. Just because. Even with this here, it's hard to figure out that line. You know what? I think I figured it out. If I become the next Porter Robinson. I don't know who that is. Sorry. I don't keep up with people. The thing about all of my online stuff, my art, my YouTube, my streaming, my music, all of that stuff exists as a hobby for me. Mainly so I can justify it to, like, family. Because I am pouring a lot of time into my online presence between the 4 things that I just mentioned. So, you know, it's good to have an excuse. But also, it's easier to kind of take it easy if it's a hobby, and if you treat it like it's a hobby. So, I don't think I'm gonna get popular at any point, but also I don't think I'm going away at any point. So it's a bit of a trade-off. I'm not gonna be like MatPat and retire, but also I probably won't be garnering hundreds of thousands of followers and shit like that. Alright. Do that. No. I am very not family friendly. I swear constantly. It's just I have a family, and especially like some of my brothers and my parents are very like productivity minded people. And they're like, if you're not making something every day, every hour of every day, then you're wasting your time. So justifying this as a hobby makes my parents not think, oh, he's gonna fail school and start becoming a YouTuber full time, you know? Even though I will. That is my secret, I will. Alright. That looks good enough. Now, when I'm like, if I just do this, let's see. What does that look like? I can't see myself. Eyebrows down. Flip the eyebrows. The influencer pipeline. Exactly. Let's see if this gives the impression of me being asleep. You know what? It does better. Worried. I'm not going for a worried face. The eyebrow goes a little too high up. Let's see. Mirror horizontal. Something like this, maybe. Where I've just got my eyebrow significantly closer to the eyelash to imply that I'm, like, furrowing my brow. And hopefully that would lead one way or another to people assuming I am asleep in this image. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. I gotta remember that there's stream delay. It's been a while since that's actually been a topic of discussion on the channel. Because, I mean, I don't even know how long ago it was that I was having issues where the internet would just shut off. And I know they're going to come back, because I have internet issues at least twice a year. But right now, we're chilling. So, you know, got to take advantage of it, I suppose. I think let's put this a little bit further down. Trying to make it just big old caterpillars on my own face. Even though my eyebrows are actually, they're relatively thin. Then again, I have a giant head, so it evens out. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm very not family friendly. I say the fuck word a lot. More than families would like me to. That's for sure. The timing. Alright, let's see. Okay, so there's something here that is lacking, and I believe it's somewhere in the cheeks. That's one of the most notable parts of my face. I got big, round cheeks. So, let's make sure that is made here. Yeah, okay. Just rounding that out actually helped do a blush. like fucking like that? You want me to do this? Oh, Sugoi. When I turned on 18+ mode and everyone got to say their favorite swear word. Was that when I did the first drinking stream? It wasn't even like a drinking stream. I was drinking, but it wasn't a stream revolving around drinking. Actually. Jägermeister. I recently learned that means hunt or master hunter or some shit like that. Which yeah. Oh, sad face. What's so sad about it? It's just booze. Another thing that I have that you guys may not have noticed at this point, or until this point, just something about my face that I would imagine is unique, but also I know a lot of people have it. If you look... Oh man, it's hard to... Okay, it does come through. I have a scar going straight through my eyebrow. Right here. It's, I believe, flipped because that's how cameras work. Jaeger equals... Yeah. That's what I was told. So, I could try adding that in. It's a thing to add. But I don't know how I'd do that with these eyebrows. No, I was a young child. I slipped, and a bed beat me up. I slipped. I went, whee, bam, right on the side of the bed. And that's why that's there. Nothing badass about it. I lost a fight against a bed. Either that or, I don't know. I remember, again, I have a lot of brothers. And when I was in elementary school, one of my younger brothers, somebody pushed him or he fell or something and he hit his head on a bench. Long story short, broke his jaw. And from then on, like once we had figured out that it was okay and like he wasn't going to die or some shit, my immediate joke that I started saying was that he lost a fight with a bench or that somebody hit him with a bench. And it may not be, you know, in the best of taste, but also it's kind of really funny to me to say, like somebody stubs their toe and you're like, man, that rock fucked you up. You're a real loser. It's like, I lost a fight against a bed. Beat me the hell up. Brain damage. Something like that. I don't know. All right. So right now it kind of just looks like I am part of the cushion. Almost. So let's remedy that. We're gonna bring my head higher up. Kind of like this. Of course, exactly. I wasn't that tall when I was younger, though. So, I mean, I was sort of tall. I was meh tall. So, I'm realizing an issue here. The perspective is different. You see? My face is pointing out like this way when it should be kind of pointed this way. Which means that something is gonna need to happen. And I'm not exactly sure what. Let's see. Rotate. I can't just rotate it because then it's a flat image. So if I rotate it, I'm still like that. The perspective still applies. It's just I am now like that. You know what? How about this? People, when they're lying down, don't always do this. Sometimes their heads do that. So I'm gonna treat it as though that's what's happening. The head is just kind of going off to the side a bit. In which case, I could probably rotate it a bit, actually. Let's see. Did we already hear this? Also, this isn't Fez. Fucking, what is happening here? Okay. And you need a round thingy shoulder visible. Yeah. I think so. So that is what I will do. So let's add a shoulder. We'll go like this. Kind of like that. And then that's going to be my shoulder. Or actually, no. Shoulder's going to be slumped. So it's going to be more like this. Alright. And that can be my shoulder. In fact, I can actually have my arm just kind of... No. If I have my arm back here, then it looks like I'm dead. Just... Instead, I can put my arm resting like this, maybe. So we put the arm like so. And we can... Now you got an idea for Halloween? Ooh, boy. What are you thinking? I've already got one idea for Halloween, and that's Hoog Locusts. So, yeah. Lay it on me. What's the idea? Alright. Is that long enough? Foul! Ah! Gross! The entire face is hairy except where the beard should be. Ugh. Icky, gross. Nuh-uh. That is a sufficient evil ender. Alright, let's go like this. And we can do this as well. Okay. You can get rid of this stick figure now. Actually, no. Not yet. We are first going to add the leg. So, let's see. Leg is going to be kind of... Knee is going to be here. Other part's going to be covered up by that. Man, this is hard. Ugh. I'm having difficulty here. Let's try this again. If that's my shoulder... And we do like that. My chest is going to be vaguely over here. No, not like that. So my chest is going to be covered up. My stomach could be shown, I guess. That's a part of me that juts out. So we do like that, maybe? No, that's not... I mean, as of right now, this... That looks like the body is in the correct direction. What I would need to do is have my legs going out like here. So let's try to visualize this. Of course, the head is wrong. Why wouldn't it be? The head should probably be like a little less tilted. Oh boy, I love drawing people, especially myself. It's my favorite part of the day. Okay. No. Okay. How do I approach this? I got shoulder like this, arm going down like this. Leg can come out somewhere here. Like if this is a shoe, let's just doodle a shoe. So say this is where the foot is placed. We can do this. Something like that, maybe? No. Wait. Actually, yeah. Hold on. I think I've got it. So, arm goes down here. Leg would be coming through around here. We could have it pointing up like this. And like so. I got big legs, so it's going to extend out quite a ways. And then from there, I extend it down and then put a foot on the ground. I should get rid of the carpet. That's probably why I've been having so much trouble visualizing it, because I couldn't see. Replace myself with a skeleton wearing my clothes and add blood to the Hoog's face and claws. Just buy like a plastic skeleton and make it wear my clothes. That's an idea. Okay. So now we've got that shape. We can bring it up closer, like here. If my body goes down like so, leg would come out here. And then do something like that. Like so here. And then from here, I need to leg. What am I doing? Okay. Let's go. Oh, do I draw myself with shoes? Here's a question. How do I draw my own feet? Because I'm not gonna draw my feet, but what do I put on my feet? Dilemmas. Okay, so we limit it there. Because obviously the circumstances that are happening here are not... Like, who the fuck falls asleep with shoes on? That's what I'm thinking, at least. So, you know, I may or may not have just alienated some of you. But then again, why are you sleeping with shoes on? You shouldn't be doing that. It's bad for your... feet, I guess? I don't know. It's hard to come up with something believable. Probably shouldn't be. It's probably a better idea to avoid misinformation. Purposeful misinformation. Wait, okay, here's an actual question. Here's an actual fact about our world. Oh, yeah. Good idea. Smart. Whew. We'll have my hand going off to the side like here, maybe. Yeah. Good catch. I didn't even notice that. But apparently, misinformation and disinformation are two different things. One means unintentionally spreading around incorrect information. The other means intentionally spreading around incorrect information. And that's just a little trivia fact, I guess, that I am saying now. Okay. How does this... So it'll be like that, and then it comes out like so? Never heard. Of course, I could be just spewing my own form of misinformation. Let me just check. Difference between misinformation and disinformation. Yeah, misinformation is false or inaccurate information, or getting the facts wrong. Disinformation is false information, which is deliberatively meant to mislead people. That's the difference. It's a difference that nobody gives a shit about, but it's still a difference, apparently. All right. Do that. Okay. So the goal is to have my hand look like it's coming around the cushion here. Okay. And then that's gonna be hand. I just realized we've been going for 30 minutes past the fucking break time. Yippee! Let's quickly rectify that with a quick break. I will see you guys in a few minutes. are back. Let me just put the music back on. All right. Give me a second. All right. Need to wipe off my hands because I washed them. And now I've got water on my hands. It's a tragedy, I know. All right. So we're just gonna have hand go around here. We're not gonna do anything particularly special, yet for this. We're just gonna give it a little bit of a shape there, so as to imply fingers. Now this is going to do that. And yeah. So we just need to draw the tongue of the shoe. Whoop. Not exactly sure why that likes to do that. It's not ideal. All right. So I'm gonna try my hand at drawing just a shoe for this one. Okay, here's a thing. Here's a thing that I've probably mentioned at some point before, but I need to bring it up again. I find people who complain about drawing hands have never drawn shoes, because it feels like drawing shoes is 10 times worse. It's so much harder to draw shoes for me than it is to draw hands. I don't get how people are always like, oh man, I'm just so bad at drawing hands. They're so awful. And then there's no mention of shoes anywheres. Anywhere. Don't even need to have the digits. Don't even need to have the toes. Just the existence of a shoe in general makes my life that much harder. So we're gonna do this. Draw triangle foot enough. Well, I can draw triangles for the Hoog, because that's what his feet look like. But for me, I want to actually, imply that I have feet. That's not a normal sentence to say in the slightest. I want to imply that I have feet, but you know what? That's what happens when you're an artist. Seems unrealistic that I have feet. Maybe, but this is an idealized version of myself, you know? I got a full mustache. I got a nice beard. And I have feet. Alright. This is 3 songs in one, by the way. And the third one, I'm just going to immediately skip because it's such an intense divergence from the first 2. All right. So we're looking to do this. And we can bring this up here. And viewer suggestions too. I mean, I imagine it'll be a bit harder to do viewer suggestions for a music stream, but in the case that I do a music stream, then yeah, viewers would be able to suggest like things, ideas for the music to integrate. I'm not gonna put myself past that. True. I've actually, so recently, most of the music I've been making has been semi-orchestral, like it's been acoustic instruments. So making a synth-based song would probably be a good idea to warm myself back up. Your mention of what, or your mention of the fact that I should probably put my arm over the side has now got me hyper focusing on how this looks, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Murder Drones OST is good. I haven't actually watched the show. I've probably mentioned that I don't watch shows a lot, but Murder Drones is amongst those that have been recommended to me a lot. So, yeah, maybe I should take a listen. And or watch. I don't know. I don't find myself, like, giving out the time to shows in order to watch so much of them, you know? For shows, it feels like a time sink, because you get into episode 1 and you're like, okay, well, I gotta know what happens in episode 2. So I try not to touch them. Yeah, no, it's entirely fair, and I'm glad you mentioned it, because of the fact that I really didn't want people to get the wrong idea. It's precarious, in fact, what's happening here. All right. Oh, yeah. This is the third song. Just listen to the start of it. It's so intense. The last two were like, they were so chill, and it's just fucking hard bass. Yeah, not quite. All right. God, how the hell do you draw shoes? There's too much thinking. There's so many parts to it. It's got like a tongue up here. Hyper realistic feet. Not with the pose. That would be so fucked. Not with the pose that we've got right now. I'd rather it. I might just have to add like this next to it, just to make sure people get the right idea. Alright. Who knew I'd be spending this entire time trying to draw a shoe? Okay. Perfect. I got it right on the dot. It looks almost like a clog right now. It just don't look right. It looks gross. It looks small and tiny. Maybe, okay, maybe I have the wrong idea as to what a foot looks like. Because admittedly, I am like whenever I look at my feet, I am 6 feet and 3 inches away from them. So they're probably a bit bigger than I am drawing them. The thing is, it's disproportionate to my body, is the thing. When it's like, when my head is huge, if I draw the foot like half the size of the head, it's tiny in comparison to the head, as is right now. So this actually needs to go much larger. But then, it has its own set of issues. Actually, no, that kind of looks okay from that distance. Alright. And also, I'm sorry, Tommy, but you'd catch me dead before I started calling other people's feet anything but gross. It's not happening. Ugh. Alright. Let's do this. So this goes around. And I want this to kind of connect up. The perspective's all wrong. How do I do this? It's so confusing. Idea. Let's see here. Can this work? Print. Go. Do it. Go. And do... Okay. Didn't work. Question for related thought. You're missing the word. What's the wood thing called dead people lay in? A coffin? Coffin or casket or something like that? Okay. Let's try this again. By the way, I was gonna go grab a picture of Crocs and, like, just kind of copy paste them onto the image. But Microsoft does it again, where they overcomplicate a very basic system in their computer and somehow fuck me over. Yeah? Maybe. I'm not quite that big. I'm 7 centimeters off. So, take that as you will. Alright. Let's... I hate shoes so much. They just suck to draw. I hate everything below the ankle, which is explicitly feet and shoes. Okay. Okay, we're restarting this little fucking shape here. Something's wrong. I don't like it. It looks weird. Okay. So let's start off by just trying to block it out here. That goes there. That goes there. That's the flat part. That's the back of the shoe. Next, we can go up along the side. Like so. At the front, we get another semi-flat part. It's the tongue of the shoe. It's not very big. So we're just going to bring this around like so. And then we're going to connect that. But it doesn't look right. I'm going to have an aneurysm. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, for me, like, my methodology for, like, telling if somebody is short or not is if you stand and your head is below my shoulder, you're short. Which makes a lot of people I interact with angry because it's a very non-biased rule. I get to call you short if you're smaller than this, which seems reasonable because you look at me and that's like a sizable amount smaller than me. Everybody who I tell this to is like, "What? How dare you?" But they can't do anything. They're short. All right. So we can continue this. And we're just gonna move out from here. This can go. And we're just gonna go up and around. Well, maybe. Although I have powerful legs, I'd just kick you off. Small, short people. Small 1 meter 64 centimeter tall people. I've had the amount of people who have told me that they'd bite at my ankles is not insubstantial. Like I have a lot of friends. That's false. I have a few friends, and a lot of those friends are short. And by that I mean 4'1" kind of deal. So yeah, nobody I hang out with is 4'1", but we got some 4'9". Yeah, something along those lines. Doofenshmirtz and whatever. If I had a penny for the Penny the Platypus. If I had a penny for every time somebody called me tall, I'd have more than 2 pennies. I can't do that accent anymore. I can only go, Penny the Platypus. How good to see you. And that's pretty much the extent of my Dr. Doofenshmirtz accent. Okay. I need a picture of a shoe. I need something. I know that shoes are not completely flat on the sides, so let's fix that much. It goes like this, and then we can go like so. I would not do that. That, oh boy. You know, people say, like, once you get 1 million subs on YouTube or something, that's when you know you've made it as a YouTuber. You know you've made it as a YouTuber when you start showing up on WikiFeet. That, in my mind, is the moment that you know you've made it. Everything before that is just practice. It's just extra stuff. Non-substantial. Okay. So this is now going to go around like this. Again, the shoe's too small. I don't know how big is a... What the fuck? How big is a shoe? Alright, let me extend this part out. Whoop. Something like that. All right. Why is it doing the thing again? This is not Crystal Peaks. This is now Deep Rock Galactic. I should do more of that game. DRG is such a fun game to just shoot the shit with friends in. It's so goofy. It's great. All right. We're gonna do this. Maybe something like that. Oh, man. All right. Have a good one, Tommy. Looking forward to the next art stream. Well, it may be a music stream next time, although it's probably going to be art. Who am I kidding? But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Have a good one. All right. So I think what I need to do here is point there, and then like so. And now, if I do this, okay. No. It's impossible. How do you make a shoe? How do you do it? I want to know. Okay, I'll start working on the heel here. Maybe this will lead me somewhere if I just focus on getting this part done. I could go for burger right now. Normally I don't like burgers that much, but I just spontaneously developed a hankering for a burger. I'm really goosing for a burger right now. Absolutely fiending for a burger. I love the amount of words you can use to mean I want something. That doesn't look good either. It doesn't look good at all. How? How do you do it? All right. Cutting it off. Trying something else. If at first you don't succeed, try some other bullshit. And hopefully it will work. Can go like this. I could have the leg kind of going inwards. So, big thigh like this. Like that. Okay, so my thigh is as such. And it implies that my leg is actually going inwards. This way. What happened? Something... I didn't realize I could do this. Alright. So, from here... This is wrong. There's something wrong here. What's happening? Eh? Oh, I see. We need to go to stream brushes. There we go. That's what fucked up. And now I can make this one kind of go out that way. Or maybe this way. No, that's a little too much that direction. Alright, let's just do this. I haven't made a lot of progress here, so we might as well just do our best to get around these issues here. So instead, leg's gonna be going out here. Whatever this fucking foot is that I drew is wrong. Nice. Love that for me. It's so hard to do this. How? Where does the leg go? Ha! All right. New idea. Leg goes down here. Kind of like this. Not down there. All right. Yeah, so if leg goes down here, and then actually I would extend it out kind of like this. And then this one, knee can be here. And then we'll have the rest of the leg. No. Hold on. That's fucked. It's all bent up and broken. Fucked. It's all fucked. Alright, well, in instead, body goes down here. Leg starts, I guess, there. And I want my calf to be somewhere out in the distance here. But getting that to work is a bit harder than I initially thought it would be. Okay. If I do it like this... Did I do it? Did I finally do it? Probably not. Okay. Well, I see where this can go at the very least. This has potential. So I'll pursue it. Ooh, okay. We ran through this playlist. So let's go for the next one. All right. Okay. Is that going to stay up? Is that going to work? Hopefully. So, currently this leg looks broken, which is not exactly what I want it to look like. But if I place it a little bit higher up and just alter it slightly and just make this tilt a little bit more like that. And we can even make it a little bit thinner. Like that. Then we're going to bring this in as such. And that's going to be a knee. Because now... Let's see. So if I was to actually do this anatomically correct, this would be our calf muscle. Or my calf muscle, I guess. I keep talking in the third person. Or not third person, but in the plural first person. And this doesn't really apply. However, if I add the calf there, that, I mean... The thing about my thigh is it kind of just looks like a big, like, block. So, let's do this. Thigh like that. We can go like this and then kind of fill it out as it goes up here. And, of course, these aren't going to end up in the final image because I'm wearing clothing in the final image. It's a pretty important stipulation. It will help with figuring out how exactly to do this. How exactly to draw everything out. So let's see. Alright. So now that I have this, I'm going to get rid of that calf immediately because it looks like I'm naked from the fucking waist down. Bad. Not good. I don't want that. This is not good for me. I will instead replace it with some wrinkly pantaloons. All right. And then we can use the wrinkles to imply some spherical nature to this kneecap. We're gonna put that. Wrinkles go around. Knee can go up here. Like so. It's interesting how some phrases get integrated into your vocabulary just because of the fact that you've heard them so much. And it's a phenomenon. It's like using words ironically until they become legitimately part of your speech. But I grew up watching YouTubers and stuff. And amongst them were people who would say like so a lot. When explaining anything, they'd say, do this, like so. And now that's just part of my vocabulary. That's just part of the things that I say. It's an interesting thing, that. And I guess it probably just contributes to the fact that, or to the idea that you grow up to be like the things you surround yourself with. Or surrounded yourself with, I guess? I don't know. But nonetheless, it's just something that I remembered. I remembered hearing that a lot, and now I'm using it. Another word, like stuffing things. I remember as a kid when Ark Survival Evolved had just come out. There was a YouTuber. I don't remember their name or anything like that, but they used the phrase stuffing things as a catchphrase. And from then on, I just kind of started saying it. I'm pretty sure my brothers took to it before me, but that doesn't really change much. It's just an interesting thought. How important the words you hear in your day-to-day are to your later in life vocabulary. And one of the weird things is I don't talk, like, I talk weirdly. I use slang. I use a variety of words that, you know, regular ass people wouldn't be using in their daily lives. But for me, for the longest time, I just found slang fun compared to, like, speaking properly. And people hated that. People were like, damn, you're being real casual. Like I'm supposed to be incredibly serious in every conversation I have with a person. But it still applies. Now I don't think twice when I use slang. I say, I'm gonna go down to the store or some shit like that. And I wouldn't think twice about it. However, like, people would still bring it up to me, and I'm like, so what? Just an interesting thing, language. So much you can learn about a person from how they speak. And it kind of sucks that people base their distaste for one another off of something like language. It's a useless plight. I kind of just like saying slang words. You're going to prevent me from doing that? You're going to say I'm wrong for doing that? Oh, this is a somewhat creepy sounding track. I don't really remember what it sounds like. It's been a while since I've heard this playlist. Okay. Now that I've got this, I can see about blocking out the shape of foot that I'm looking for. So like this, like so. And then we can do the same over here. And of course, that doesn't look good at all, but it's a start. Now, it's just a matter of moving the shapes around until they resemble something that I like. That's what we're going to be doing here. So already I can see there's an issue with the angle that the shoe is going at. It needs to be a little bit shallower. And so I will make it shallower. We're going to do something like this. There we go. Now, another issue I'm noticing is, of course, the shoe is it's tiny. I never can seem to approximate that correctly. But if I just take this and move it up, like so, and now I'll fill it all in, and let's see. How does that look? All right. It looks okay. Now is when I can start worrying about the actual detail of this shoe. And hopefully, by the end of the night, we'll have a shoe that resembles a shoe. I know. It'll be high praise. But maybe, just maybe, I can do it. So we're gonna get rid of that. And then over here, we need the heel. And the heel is able to be padded out as such. So, hey, I forgot I had this in a playlist. We've got this now. The heel needs to be larger. That's what I'm noticing from this. So, we're just going to take that away, and I am going to grab this, and we are going to enlarge it. And that can be there, I guess. All right, now we can bring this back in. Enlarge this as well. That'd be handy. Maybe this, since it's coming from a slight side view, it would actually be much flatter than I am drawing it. So we're gonna shallow out those curves a bit. Try to even it all out. Make it like visible that there are lines here. There are features, but keep it a little bit more chill. Like keep it kind of dumbed down. And I'm hoping that by doing that, I will be able to make the shape of a shoe that looks all right. Now, the front here, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go flat and then rather suddenly up, like this. I might be wrong about this. Let's see. The nice thing about art, if you're wrong about it, you'll see it. All right. So that, it looks right, but it looks like it's at the wrong angle, which means to me that I need to shallow out these curves as well. All right. So I see a lot of heel. There's a lot of heel happening here. So let's take this and scooch it over here. Let's try to get the right amount of heel showing for the angle that the shoe is sitting at. I could also slightly rotate the shoe to the left, like so, and that looks a little bit more lazy. Yeah. Still a lot of heel showing. All right. Okay. Now, this is a little bit high. So we'll also just shallow this out a bit. Okay, hold on. This might be leading somewhere. So we've got the shape, the basic shape. Now, it would be a matter of taking the shape. I could duplicate it. And this might not work. I've never tried this before. But if I duplicate it, bring it down like this, and use that as the sole of the shoe, and use this as not the sole of the shoe. And we're just gonna round out the front. It's gonna go flat, flat, flat. Actually, it's rounded out, flat, flat, flat. Suddenly starts going up a bit. And it's gonna reach this point right here. And that's when I can add our little lip there. And get rid of that. Get rid of the inside here. Okay, I gotta... Oh, boy. I gotta trust the process here. So we're gonna do this. And we're gonna match this angle that's going on here. And we are going to add this. Same angle as the other one. Like so. Wait. Did I do it? That shoe is almost right. That's almost a shoe. Wow. This shoe almost looks like a shoe. Yay, me. All right. Well, that's a bit of a triumph. I cannot wait until I get to deal with the Hoog. Because when designing the Hoog, I preemptively chose not to create overly detailed, like, shoes or feet or anything like that. I just gave him the fucking flippers. because I knew that those would be the easiest thing to draw. I made sure they were as flat as possible and as easy to draw as possible so that from any angle, it wouldn't be a problem. I just realized also that, hold on. My light isn't on, so there we go. Now I'm lit up. Why is the Bloons Tower Defense 4 name like that? Oh, yeah, because YouTube has a formatting problem. But, all right. So, we're going to take this. We're going to merge with layer below. We're going to save the image. Now, there's obviously some pretty major issues with the perspective here. However, it's not bad enough that I feel like I need to redo it. I feel like there is some potential here. So we're going to just work through it. See if I can make any changes to it that would make it fit better. So if I do that. Okay, that lines up. Good. Okay. All right. So now that we have this, we can go like this. I'm going to curve this. Just round out the bottom there. And I'm going to round over the top here. Try to match it with the way that the leg curves. And then from here, so the tongue is this part here. So I'm gonna just chop away this. The tongue is what makes the angle there. So I just need to add that. Perhaps these side bits are jutting out a little too far. So let's reel that in a bit. Okay. And then we do some like that. Yeah, okay. And it does this. Still working at it. But progress is being made nonetheless. I want both sides of this curve to match. Wouldn't make sense otherwise. All right. Then we can do this. All right. And would you look at that? That's vaguely a shoe. It's pretty all right. Just a little bit more work, and it'll look less vaguely like a shoe. Ah, very good. Flamboyant referent 3Y. Very cool. I'm so glad that you were able to provide me with whatever garbage you just tried to send me. All right. So we're gonna change this up a bit. We're gonna have it go down and then up like there. Then over here, perhaps just increase the height of that one. Maybe get rid of this black inside bit here. And make sure that it matches up with the outside of the shoe. Okay. And then from here, I can use this and just as carefully as I can make sure that it matches contour of the outside of the shoe. There's not any pronounced curves, but there are curves, so it should follow those. Nope, nope. It needs to be thinner. When it's thin, it looks like it has been turned slightly to the side, obscuring part of it. Something like this would probably even it out a bit. Flatten this out. Try to get it looking nice. The thing is, I'm really hyper focusing on getting just this shoe, this one shoe, looking good. And I know that once I add the shading, it really won't matter. Because any minor, like, visual noise that I'm trying to get rid of now is just going to be covered up. So, Alright. In order to show that it is tilting this way, I need this side of the shoe to be more visible. That's what I am gathering here. That's what we're going to try to do. Let's see if this will do anything major. Who knew I'd be spending all day trying to draw a shoe? Trying and failing to draw a shoe. Like, I whipped up this in a fraction of the time it's taking me to draw this shoe. It's almost impressive. Okay, so I'm realizing this perhaps needs to go, and instead this is what I need to do. Just thickening up these lines here to imply that there is a sole. That there is a sole of the shoe. Yeah, so that works better. Now, what else? The curve of the shoe's bottom there is not matching, or rather, not the curve. I want this flat to be the same as this flat. So we are going to shift this to try and make that happen. Let's see. Does that do it? Looks like it. All right. Complete silence. YouTube? Oh, no, the song just starts real quiet. for a while, I guess. There we go. Now we can hear it a bit. All right. I can make this a little bit thicker. Yeah. Okay. And at the end of it all, that's how that looks. Now, I think I might call the work for now done. I can add the second leg. I think what I'll do is I'll probably have like the other foot kind of like this, and then leg going like that. So he's kind of crossing his leg. Is me am crossing me leg. But until I get to that point, I need to go eat food. And yeah, we've always got more streams in the future, so we'll pick it up from there later. I would like to thank anybody who is here for watching, and VOD viewers, of course. Yeah, I will see you guys next stream. Silksong. I'm going to be playing Silksong next stream. So, yeah, for any of you who can't afford the $20 purchase, which is apparently what it's going to cost, kind of insane. I was fully expecting a $40 game, but no, apparently it's supposed to be $20. For anybody who cannot afford that, feel free to drop by. Anyways, yeah. Have a good one. Bye-bye.